Hey everybody, how's it going? Today makes the 1 year anniversary that I prefer to not think about, but Facebook reminded me this morning. A day that did change my life, and luckily not uh, too badly when push comes to shove, but um, it was the day that I kissed a guardrail with this truck. I know, like some of you are thinking, oh, it's just a little Ford Ranger. Well, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have kids, I don't have a wife or any pets. So that leaves the next thing for me to love and take a lot of pride in be my cars and trucks and all that. So when something gets damaged, I get upset. Especially when, like this one here, I've had it since such low mileage, it still has low mileage on it. And I've been super meticulous about taking care of it. For anybody that hasn't been subscribed to me long or ever, I bought this truck in January of 2017 with 16,547 miles on it from my place of work. They thought it needed a transmission, and they wanted $500 for it. Now, I pretty well figured that at that low mileage, it wasn't going to need a transmission. But even if it did, um, the frame's in great shape, the floor's in great shape. The worst of anything on the body was both front fenders were a little rotted. The front bumper had a couple holes in it, the old one. And, like, some rust on the bed and a big dent in the back. Big deal. For the $500 they wanted for it, I wanted it. And lo and behold, I did get it. In the summer of 2018, I think it was July. Yeah, it was July. I drove this from New Hampshire all the way out to Michigan. I had a different cap on the back of it at the time, and I used it as a little camper. And I slept in a couple different Walmart parking lots and a 24-hour Meijer parking lot. And that was to go visit a girl that I had met online. So, between that and all the shit that's gone on in my life in the past couple of years, you know, this little old truck has helped me through all of it. It's been really, really reliable. Actually, kind of comfortable to drive, despite, what one might think. It's not a powerhouse, it's not fancy, but that just adds to the charm of it. And the night of April 9th, we're getting like a screwed up snow and rainstorm shit mix. And the district of the DOT in the part of the state that I have to commute through to go to my work does not do the best job with maintaining the highways, putting down salt. And I know some are going to say, oh, you're just blah, blah, blah. No. There was 2 winters ago in that same district, there were 2 or 3 deaths just in one storm because the roads were so bad. It's a well-traveled area. There's no reason for it. So anyway, in their traditional half-ass salting of the road sense, this particular stretch of road in Madbury was not salted properly, and started fishtailing. I remember I was listening to my Midland CD. I started fishtailing, and then I think I bounced off the guardrail 3 times, and it was all on the passenger side. If I remember correctly, it pushed this fender in a little bit. It broke the light that was here. It screwed up the other light that was here. The bumper was, like, this corner of it was completely folded in. It bent the frame a little bit right there. There's a fiberglass header panel behind this. It cracked all to hell over here, so that had to be replaced. Back here, this dent was here when I bought it. The guardrail might have hit right there, or the truck might have hit the guardrail right there, because the taillight that was here did break, and there's a little tiny, well, I guess it's not that tiny, but there's a scuff in the plastic there, but honestly, it's, just plastic. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to fix that. But it was like 2,000 miles before that I had put in. I had spent, I had put $1,100 into the motor. It was at 60 or 61,000 miles. I had the timing belt done, the water pump replaced, plugs, wires. I had the differential fluid. Sorry. I had the differential fluid changed. I had, shit, there was one more thing I feel like. Oh, transmission fluid and filter and flush all together. That was about $1,100. So I wasn't about to let that go. I think it was maybe 3 or 5 days before I bought that cap that's on it for $500. Why did I pay so much for a fiberglass truck cab for a Ford Ranger? Well, if you haven't noticed already, this one has a 7-foot bed. So accessories for these 7-foot beds are hard to find. I drove 2 hours up into Maine to get that cap, just outside of Poland Spring. Yep, that's where they bottle the water. And so 11, 16, and then I think a few months before I paid $135 or so, something like that, for the frame, the whole underneath to be fluid filmed. So I had just spent $1,700 on this because I intend to keep it for as long as I can. And because it's probably going to be the closest to a brand new truck I ever get, mileage wise. So I figured, I'll go to the effort of taking good care of it. Then that happened, and the insurance company wanted to give me, I think, I don't know, like $2,500 if I didn't buy it back, or 22, 23 something if I did buy it back, which I was going to buy it back, but the damage that was on there to me did not at all add up to what the estimate was. So I said, you know what, fuck you guys, I'll just fix it myself, cancel the claim. And over the course of the next 6 months, picking at it here and there, I took off both fenders because they were both rotten around here, which is odd. I haven't seen that on any other Rangers. Usually it's down there. And these aftermarket fenders that I bought, like, I was storing them for so long, I didn't realize that they had these dents in them, so I'm not really happy about that, but hey, nothing I can do. Now it's way too late. I guess this one, I don't remember if this one has any dents in it. It really doesn't matter. Bought this aftermarket, bought the plastic aftermarket. This, I bought 2 of these because I had another Ranger, the license plate holder. I had another Ranger that needed one, and then I couldn't find either one, but then the truck was ready for me to get inspected, and I just couldn't find them, so I went to the dealer and I bought that one for cheaper than what I paid on eBay. Go figure. Yeah. Now I'm scared shitless to drive in snow and ice and slush. And, like, every time I slip now, I have a mini heart attack. Because I don't want anything like that happening again. Between what I paid for all the replacement parts, and then paying my neighbor to put it all together because I wasn't going to be able to figure it out, it cost me about $2,200. So, it owes me. Owes me quite a bit, actually. Because that 22 plus 17, so 37. Yep. But like I said, it's just been a great little truck, and I hope to have it for many, many more years. Anyway, this was just a little story time thing, because it's the anniversary of the day I almost lost my good little friend here. I didn't drive it today because, oddly enough, last night we had a mix of rain and snow shit slop, and this morning it wasn't slippery going to work, but it was a little messy. I think it would have been bad luck. So anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Feel free to leave comments if you have them. And if you've got your own story that's similar to mine, when, you almost lost a vehicle and it changed your life, because I used to love to drive like a nut in the snow, and that was in various vehicles, not so much in this one, but others that I've had. And it's put a permanent fear into me, I feel like. It's getting too dark now, and I gotta go, so I'll talk to you later, and thank you very much for watching. Talk to you all soon.